Cat dates specifically only white men.
Who the fuck is that? Mark Zuckerberg? What the hell?
Where you at,
Today we got Doja Cat finally got her Negro wake-up call. I've known now for a while that Doja Cat was always kind of on some weird stuff. Don't quote me on this, but I remember a few years back she got exposed for like being in some white supremacy group text or some shit. Or if it wasn't that, like she was a part of some weird white people group chat saying weird stuff that just felt, let's just call a spade racist. Ever since then I kind of started peeping certain shit and I was like, you know, Doja Cat kind of odd for real. But I've been noticing everybody's been talking shit about Doja Cat lately. Like it looks like they're trying to cancel her, so let's see why.
What happened to Doja Cat's career is so sad because it's all an effect of her own self-hatred.
American Eagle has very many people that buy it, just like the Gap. And when you're a brand that appeals to so many people, you have to be very cautious of your advertising. And of course, we've seen big companies before make nightmarish ads.
Is this going to be tied in with the Sweeney situation? I kind of wanted to make a reaction video on that alone, but maybe we'll get a little bit of an update in here.
That come back and bite
because everybody's talking about it.
In their behind. And this is very true with American Outfitters. They released an ad earlier last week with Sweeney, and this campaign says this.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
Damn.
My genes are blue.
She's first referring to her genes that basically make her who she is physically, all right? And then obviously her color of her eyes, which are blue, and it then ties into the fact that the jeans that she's wearing is blue, right? Really what she's saying is...
Niggas be stretching, bro. So how are they gonna flip this? What did she say that was that crazy? Bro, this is crazy. I genuinely don't think it was that deep. Well, how are they gonna flip this? What are the streets saying? Because I've been seeing clips. I just didn't watch nothing because I wanted to, you know, watch it with y'all. But everybody's talking shit about Sweeney, about almost like she like. I've seen somebody say that she on some Nazi shit. Just because she said her eyes are blue and her jeans are blue. Okay, let's see how they flip this situation.
Something else. I am white, blonde, with blue eyes, and I have good genes that match the jeans that I'm wearing. Huh? For all people who are not Caucasian and look like that, you're offended because if you're not like Sweeney, then you must not be attractive.
Again, bro, that's not how I like, bro. People are so fucking sensitive, my nigga. Like, or she was saying that her jeans are blue and she's proud of her jeans, which again, like, we don't give white people the same pass to do shit like that because, you know, of our history and whatnot. And, you know, I get it. Y'all didn't go through our trauma. So it's easy for us to like kind of not give y'all no credit, but it's like at the same time, there's nothing wrong with a white person being like, hey, I like my blue eyes. I'm proud of who I am as a person, because that's what everybody should be doing. And again, some people gonna be mad at me in the comments. I already know how y'all are. Y'all hate when I, you know, rationalize certain shit, but I just be feeling like niggas be too goddamn emotional, bro. Y'all niggas be making everything some type of big propaganda, you know, hidden message. Like, motherfucker, the only thing that they were trying to sell here is sex. That's the only thing that they were trying to sell here. They weren't trying to sell no hidden agenda about blue eyes and fucking blonde hair. No, man. They was just trying to sell sex, lust. That's what they were trying to sell so that they could sell these jeans. That's really what it came down to, bro.
Obviously, because they selected her for that particular ad, it could also be inferred that whoever isn't like that isn't attractive.
Hey, you want to go to American Eagle?
oh, I can't go in there because I'm black.
Now, this is a black woman who probably liked American Eagle before, but the way that she took this ad was, hey, listen, I'm not white, so I can't shop there anymore. But she wasn't the only one.
Literally nobody in the world can convince me that Sydney Sweeney is anybody's beauty standard. Anybody who actually looks at
And that's a whole nother thing. I'd agree with this. Sydney Sweeney is mid as fuck. I really don't even know why niggas are be hyping her up. She blew up off of Euphoria, and she's the one that got all the sex appeal love. But bruh, for all my Euphoria fans out there, I thought this girl was gonna get the motion. Her right here, Alexa Demi. She was the one that I thought had all the sex appeal and was gonna be actually hitting for some. But instead, y'all chose Sydney Sweeney. Like, I mean, again, maybe she's somebody's 10, but like average, mid-looking white girl. Like, anyways, let's get back on topic and stop hating. And I'm not even hating, but it's just my opinion, honestly.
beauty objectively. Because what? I can go right next door and find 3, 4, 5 Sydney Sweeneys. Not to say Sydney Sweeney is ugly, but she's a solid 6 on a good day. Sydney Sweeney would get lost in a handful of people. Nobody's breaking their necks over Sydney Sweeney.
Facts.
Because white people, y'all beauty, the way y'all see beauty be real weird. Real weird.
But wait, there's more.
So obviously this is rage bait, but here's what nobody's really talking about. This campaign is poking at women's greatest and most tender insecurity under the patriarchy, which is desirability and the beauty standard. It affects not only non-white women, even though this is clearly white supremacist, Aryan race propaganda, but it also adversely affects the majority of white women who do not naturally have blonde hair and blue eyes. Because yes, even the women who can achieve this look have to do it through artificial means in one way or another. The vast majority of white women are not naturally blonde. It's a very, very, very small percentage who go on to be naturally blonde in adulthood. Sydney Sweeney herself is not even a natural blonde.
What? So the last lady says something important. Even Sydney Sweeney is not a natural blonde, so even if you're white, it still hurts you also because you're not being represented. And of course, if I'm the creative director of American Eagle, I'm not gonna make an ad like this, but maybe they did this because they understood it will cause controversy. And if that was their plan, it was genius because they got a certain person who mocked the ad. Doja Cat came out with her version of the American Eagle ad and did this.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Now, in this ad, Doja Cat is mocking Sydney Sweeney. Now, remember, the creative director of this ad was very insensitive to people who are not white or blonde hair or blue eyes in their appearance, and Doja Cat is basically reminding them of that fact. What she's doing is she's transforming Sydney Sweeney into a degenerate hillbilly accent, which this also struck a nerve into many white people. This person says, now the world knows Doja Cat is racist. The original tweet that they shared says, only in America can a jealous black woman like Doja Cat.
I don't think Doja Cat's racist, bro. I think Doja Cat wants to be white herself. If she could wake up and change her skin color, I think she would choose to be white. I'm not gonna lie, from what I've seen, but maybe I'll be proved wrong in this video.
Make fun of a white woman like Sydney Sweeney and give her hillbilly accent and not be considered racist. This other person here writes, Robert Seffer, whatever his name is. Doja Cat is an African American that is seethingly mocking an ad campaign featuring a blonde, blue-eyed Sydney Sweeney with good genes. Also Doja Cat. What she's trying to say is, you're making fun of her for being white, but you want to look white. Now, she is half black, half Jewish, but you get what he's trying to prove here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You're black, but you have blonde hair that isn't really blonde, and you want to look like Sydney Sweeney with the good genes, and you're mad because you don't have those good genes. Now then, if you can see what several blogs did. Now, in this case, Swifty, LOL, look at the pics they chose for Doja Cat. What they did was they put, Sweeney looking very attractive, And then they have, you know, Doja Cat looking like, you know, very hood and ghetto, but you could say it's still shots. But again, they're trying to make the case that, hey, this is what she looks like. And it wasn't just that blog here. The second one here, INKL, Doja Cat and ex-American Eagles staffer and more unleashed on that Sydney Sweeney over the ad. Now, I didn't know that she worked there before, but yeah, you get my point. So basically the world is starting to get mad at Doja Cat for making fun of Sydney Sweeney in reality, which was, in my honest opinion, like a racist ad. But then something weird happened. Black women do this.
And Doja Cat sitting up here mocking Sydney Sweeney in that American Eagle commercial. We ain't forgot what happened in them chat rooms. Who the told you could do that? I bet you if you had the opportunity, you would have been in that American Eagle commercial. I promise you would have. To sit up here and mock that commercial like you wasn't doing what you was doing years ago to get where you are now in those white supremacist chat groups.
What did I tell y'all, bro? Doja Cat's not racist, bro. She wants to be playing for that side. I'm telling you.
Letting them call you all kinds of derogatory names. Yeah, we ain't forgot.
Yep.
You just want to be on the trend so bad. It's like y'all be thirsty and desperate to try to be regular. It's like, oh, let me jump on this trend because I want to be just like everybody else. That's
just love yourself, man.
You're not regular. You're not.
So this sister is like, yo, hold on, wait a minute. Like, I don't agree with what happened with American Eagle, but you're not the person to be talking about it. Like, you were in that same chat room with those same white racists that basically we can infer that you're trying to mimic them with the hillbilly accent. Now, this is not to say that people with deep Southern draw.
I'm just wondering what even possessed Doja Cat to even say nothing. It's like, bro, sometimes just shut up and mind your business. Like, what? I'm telling you, bro, these celebrities, it's like they just wake up and like, yo, how can I fuck up everything today? How can I just fuck it all up?
Also, on their accent or, you know, come from certain parts of the South are all racist. But it can be inferred that people believe that folks who happen to be hillbillies, if you want to call it that, or people who are there are racist. So you're making fun of the people that you actually hang out with or that you want to hang out with and get approval from. And now you're doing this out of what, jealousy? Are you mad because she's better looking than you? Are you mad because she's white?
Okay, we're not going to say that. Sydney Sweeney is not better looking than Doja Cat, though, nigga. That would be cap of the year.
And you're not all the way white. And keep in mind that Doja Cat dates specifically only white men.
Who the fuck is that? Mark Zuckerberg? What the hell?
Too, right? So that's...
There's no way this was a Doja Cat boyfriend. Nigga, what? Nigga looks like a Megamind character. That's crazy. I'm telling y'all, bro. She's not racist. She loved that white chocolate. She loves that shit. But just look at Doja Cat. She looks weird as fuck, bro. She's really like one of them weird ass girls. Like she's one of them girls back in like school would probably be running around with tails and shit. That's the vibes Doja Cat give off. And she ain't got no soul. Just look at her eyes. Jesus.
Another thing. But then there's more.
Why are we acting like Doja Cat hasn't shown y'all who she is from like the very beginning? The girl was in them chat rooms showing feet. Y'all don't remember that? The girl was out here dating alt-right besties and wearing neo-Nazi t-shirts. Did we forget that? She has shown you guys that she is like a weirdo since the beginning.
This other lady is saying, listen, Doja Cat's been a weirdo. And this was before this even came out. So people are starting to say that Doja Cat is somebody who can't be trusted. And she has this behavior before. What could this really mean? Now, number one, American Eagle and whoever the creative director of this ad has been in this business probably for a long time. This is not a rookie mistake. Putting this ad out, they know people would be talking about it. And would American Eagle get some slack? Yes. Would they lose some customers? Yes. But who is American Eagle trying to appeal to? its white audience. That's what American Eagle wants to do. It wants to sell to its white audience in America, its white audience in Canada, because they're saying that basically, listen, this is where we want to be. And here's something else that they know. Some of the other groups out there who are Asian or close to white may not be offended by this ad. And the reason why, because Sydney Sweeney is the beauty standard. So they're probably,
I don't know why.
Probably still going to shop there anyway. Now, what's happening is because of the political climate that we're in, and as whites are getting a little bit more emboldened, you're going to see companies take bigger stands than before and be less politically correct for their ad campaigns and their marketing to who they're really wanting to go with as consumers. Now, this doesn't mean that they're going to stop you as a black person from going in and buying, but what it means is they're talking to their audience, and that audience may or may not be you. Let me give you an example.
I mean, at the end of the day, business is business. I feel like, I mean, you don't want to just be racist. So it's like, you need to be inclusive for sure. I genuinely saw that ad, and that wasn't the first thing that comes to my mind. I feel like it was her trying, because, bro, let me play devil's advocate here for a second. Same campaign, different brand. Let's say it was like, I don't know, what's another brand? Let's say it was Victoria's Secret, right? Female brand, and we had a black woman doing the same ad, and she says the same things, talking about empowering her black skin and her brown eyes. Like pretty much the same script, but just swapped it out for, you know, black features. Nobody would be like, oh, this is racist towards white people. You know what I'm saying? So is there a possibility that the higher ups that made this ad campaign are trying to necessarily, I don't know, push some propaganda or some shit? I mean, maybe, but like, or they just know their target audience, bruh. And all they care about is money. Majority of the people that buy American Eagle are Caucasian. So let's appeal to our Caucasians. That's it. I don't know, bro. That's me. That's how I feel about it. Again, I'm not going to sit here and die on this hill. I could be wrong. You know, I'd love to hear y'all feedback. Correct me in the comment section. Give me, you know, change my mind. Change my mind. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, damn, things don't ever need to be that deep every time, bro. Y'all, believe it or not, bro, all these niggas care about is money, bro. That's all they give a fuck about. Money.
I happened to be in Nairobi just a month ago. 2 months ago to be exact. And I was in a particular part of the town where a lot of the Chinese had restaurants. Now, they're not in Uganda as much as they are in Kenya, but I did notice something. And shout out to Taylor Made Dreams. He's the one that really put this out there like 5 years ago. Almost every restaurant and everything they own was in Mandarin Chinese. It wasn't like the other businesses that were in English that you can say you can go into and buy something. It was in Chinese, all right? So what does that mean? If you can't read in Chinese, you don't know what kind of restaurant it is. It's a Chinese restaurant. They have Chinese menus. But if you go in there, of course, they serve you. But what are they trying to tell you? They're telling you that this business is really not for you. We will take your money, but this business is for us. And, you know, I didn't get upset, and none of us get upset when the Chinese do it. But now what's happening is whites are doing it, all right? And they're doing it as a strategy to be more succinct with their audience and who they want their audience to be and to become different from the competition. American Eagle is taking a bold stand. And if I'm a black lady, like the first lady there, I'm going to say, look, that's who your audience is, fine, but I'm not going to shop there. And Doja Cat, who's getting roasted by these whites, she deserves all that she gets because Doja Cat is a hypocrite to her own message. And I'm glad they're destroying her. So guys, who do you think?
I'm glad they're destroying her. It's crazy. Hey, sometimes you can do nothing but disrespect the D1 hater, bro. Look, man, I don't care enough to wish bad enough on nobody, but You know, I will say Doja Cat is looking like a hypocrite. That is some lame ass shit because you're a black woman. Obviously, maybe you're mixed or whatever, but to be doing the shit that you're doing and then to come out and mock this white girl for getting her bag, essentially just doing what the fuck she got going on, and act like, you know, do the whole hillbilly voice and whatnot. It's like, yeah, that might have been funny and tolerable from somebody else, but not you, Doja. Like, you're weird. You've been a weirdo. You've been, you know, on some odd shit before. We've already exposed you for that. Like, when it comes to these type of topics, when it has anything to do with blacks and whites, you just need to shut the fuck up, you know? Maybe right message, wrong messenger. That might be what this situation is today. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Again, I'm sick, so I'm really pushing through for y'all today. So a like would be appreciated. And I'll see y'all in the next one. My name is Bert.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look sweet.